Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And Two of Wands. What is that about? There could be a power struggle right now. Okay. Sometimes with the Two of Wands, we feel that there are two very strong personalities and they're clashing. Everybody wants things their own way. And so everybody is kind of trying to control everything, right? Let's put this into some context. Let's see what's going on with this power, right? Well, there's a 4. Now it's kind of, we're going to reach a compromise, okay? Let's see what else we've got. A 3 of Cups. This might be a family situation, okay? But it might be something going on at work. Tower in the back, yeah. Okay, 3 of Swords and a 2. So we have a 2 of Wands and a 2 of Pentacles. We're trying to make progress. There's something happened. There was either it was a work thing or it's something in the family. There was some major event that caused a lot of upheaval. And I think that everybody involved here, and it does feel like it's maybe a family thing here. It feels like everybody's trying to get their own way. Everybody is trying to take control of the situation. But really what that's causing is just a lot of infighting, right? It's that we're kind of all bickering amongst ourselves rather than really making the progress forward that we need to. I got a 2. No, look at that. Now we've got 2, 2, and 2. So there is a way forward. And we've got the Fool. We got a 5, 5 of Wands, see, and an 8 of Pentacles. Sometimes the Fool is a card that just says, hey, you just gotta let go, right? Whatever this is, maybe it's not worth you trying to kind of assert your dominance here, right? Maybe it's, but see, then the Fool's in the position of the environment. So I feel, and then we've got the 5 of Wands. This is in the position of the difficulty. I feel like this is a game of chicken, you know? And we all believe that the other person will turn first. And that's a disaster, right? So with the Fool and the 5 of Wands in this configuration, it tells me that you're waiting for the other person to let go and to kind of to give in, and they're waiting for you to let go and kind of give in, right? I think the solution here is somewhere in the middle. Okay, we've got this 4 of Swords here, which I think is everybody opening up and being willing to listen a little bit. All right, well, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and it's going to go right here, our very own Kelly Kapoor, right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need, okay? If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Let's take a look around the room. Well, yeah, we do have these 2 major arcana energies. Both of these are kind of fresh start cards, right? Kind of a calamity here with the Tower energy. I feel like this is, this is kind of a major event, right? And then we've got the Fool that kind of maybe starts to put the pieces back together again. In a way, though, kind of a Humpty Dumpty kind of thing right there. But with the Tower, sometimes, though, this could be the type of breakthrough that we needed. And sometimes this is a blessing in disguise, right? Sometimes this is the ending of something or the destruction of something that at the time we really don't like, right? Obviously. But what we come to realize is this is actually freeing us to be our true selves, right? This is actually This is the kind of fresh start that we want. We get to reinvent ourselves here. Okay? And so maybe this is something here, maybe it's a breakup. Maybe it is some kind of family event. Maybe this is a work thing, loss of a job. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I feel like this has already happened. Okay? And I feel as if the Fool is letting go. Just kind of saying, I'm not going to try to hold on to that anymore. Right? Maybe this is the way forward into the future here. Is by just saying, hey, you know what? I couldn't prevent that from happening. I can't control how that is going down. Maybe the best thing for you to do is just to let it go, right? Maybe that Fool energy really is the key here. These are the two major arcana forces. So that's the formula of this. Something disruptive in your life and then us starting over from that, right? I don't know if it's rebuilding necessarily or if it's building a new life, if this is a fresh start, if this is reinventing ourselves. But I know that there was a very disruptive event, and now there is this need to start something, right? Start something new, to start over, start from scratch, rebuild, or to reinvent, okay? We've got, you'll have to excuse my voice today, we're still very sick here at the Dove and Serpent House. Also, thank you everybody that sent your love and your prayers and your thoughts to me and my family during this time. We're getting over it, we're getting better, but we're still pretty miserable. Anyway, thanks for your support. We really do appreciate it. We got fire here, right? And we've got the 2 and then we've got the 5, right? So the 2, to start with the 2 here, you're not somebody that really likes to give up, you know? You're not someone that finds it easy to say, okay, fine, have it your way, you know? Unless, of course, we're being kind of like a little passive-aggressive about it. So I think it's very hard for you to back down from something. And so I almost feel as if something has happened in your life, you know, there's some major event has taken place, but I almost feel like you're holding on, trying to put everything back together. You know, that it's all on your shoulders and you're feeling like, no, I can hold it. I can hold it up. I can hold the door. I can, you know, whatever. You feel like that it's something you can control. And that's why this card's called Dominion, right? Dominion asks us, what in life can we control? And what do we just have to back up and just let it fall? Back up and just let it go, right? So there's this idea here that you're trying to, you know, you're trying to hold something that's tipped over, and it's, what are you going to do from here? It's like, you know, the libraries, right? When the bookshelves just start dominoing down, and you're kind of at the end and you're holding it up and you're thinking, no, I can hold it. I can hold it. Yeah, maybe you can for a time, but should you? Maybe it's better for the Fool to just kind of jump out of the way and let this tower fall. Okay, so this could be a relationship, could be a family thing, could be a job, could be a business, right? Sometimes it's best to just let it fall, right? But I think that's difficult for you, or it's difficult for us to kind of decide what is the deciding factor, when we should let something fall or when we should try to exert our control and prevent it or hold it up, right? Because we can only hold it up for so long. And we know that something has to change. We've got that two of Pentacles in this future position. The 5 of Wands here to go with our fire energy. This is kind of what we don't want. And I think what it's signifying is we don't want to admit that we've been holding on too much. See, the 5 is all about us striving. The 5 is us reaching out and grabbing something. Right? That's what a 5 of Wands is for. It's our striving. It's our you know, our driving force kind of thing that makes us, that gives us this feeling that I can make a difference, that I can do something. Yeah. And what we maybe don't want to admit is that sometimes my grasp, as strong as it is just not enough. Sometimes I've just got to let go. Right? Just got to let go. There's the 3 of Swords up here. And really as kind of being our only, well, not our only heir, we've got the Fool on the 4, so there's a a bit of a habit here, I think. But with the Three of Swords, I feel like there's something that we can find in our memory here, right? And maybe this is a breakup. Maybe this is us kind of trying to hold on to this relationship or hold on to those feelings or hold on to the memory of this person when really it's a matter of kind of letting them go or letting the situation unfold as it is already unfolding, right? Because the Three of Swords a lot of the time is this kind of heartbreak, right? So if this is a love relationship or a breakup that has taken place, I think that this is not the first time it's happened, right? This isn't the first time that you've had your heart broken. And because of that fact, I think we're trying to hold on even more because we're trying to not let this be the case. Because we remember how much it hurt last time, right? The Three of Swords is very much about our memory, right? It's very much about us letting our past affect or influence our actions right now. Okay? And so maybe something that has happened now, I don't know if this is a breakup, could be the loss of a job, it could be anything. It's specific to you. But because it's happened before, we're trying to really do what we can to prevent it from happening now. And maybe we think we can prevent it. Or that we can hold this thing up and actually put it back together. Okay? I think the Four of Swords is us realizing that some things are inevitable. Yeah. That some things just there is, as much as we feel the force and we feel that we can do it and we're willing to do it, we're strong and we want to do it. Sometimes the Four is just about us kind of listening to the reason, listen to that kind of the conscience even, or the higher mind that just says, this, this isn't your fight. This isn't something that you can fight against even. It's similar to the way with the Tower card and also with the Death card, two cards very much about change, about the process of change. This happens to be something changing abruptly, where the Death card is kind of a slow, gradual thing. This abrupt thing, and I think it's your instinct to kind of hold on to it, not let it change, right? But what we see with the 4 and the 5 here is that this is something that is, we can't prevent it, right? We can't alter the course of this change. We can slow it down, we can try to nudge it in the right direction, but things are changing. And it's hard to adapt when things change abruptly, right? In some ways, the Death card is better because at least it's slow, gives us a little bit of time to prepare. This, there's no warning, right? The 3 of, see, now we've got the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Cups, right? So we've got thinking and feeling, and we're remembering. Maybe we're clinging to how good things were. And that's why we don't want to let go of this thing, because it's kind of like it had so much potential for love and joy and beauty and abundance. Maybe this was, that ideal job. You thought this was it. This is the job I love. There's so much potential here, and now the company went under, or you got let go, or whatever it is. And we're trying to cling to it because I thought this was the one, I thought this was perfect. It had so much potential, and then we get that 3 of Swords and we think, what if I never find anything with this much potential again, right? But I think that we are relinquishing control over this situation, and we're allowing for the natural unfoldment of whatever this abrupt change is, and we're learning how to kind of nudge it in our direction. We're trying to nudge it in the right way. We can't prevent it, we can't change its course, but maybe we can just nudge, just a little bit of an influence, right? We got the 2 of Pentacles, that is the card of harmonious change. We're trying to make the most out of what this Tower event was. Okay. Now, I'm not predicting any kind of calamity. That this Tower event is something that has already happened or is already in the process of happening. You already know what it is. Okay. The 2 of Pentacles is us trying to adapt to it and trying to make it work for us the best it can. Okay. And honestly, I think you're going to be very surprised. Excuse my coughing. I really should hit the cough button. I apologize. I think it's going to really be better than we expected. You're getting a lot of signs here of some really terrific things, right? We've got 2, 2, and 2. We've got the 3 and the 3, right? So I think that there's Spirit speaking to you. And I think Spirit is trying to say that, look, this is an opportunity for you to really pursue a path that is going to be very meaningful for you. This is really kind of the beginning of a very, very brilliant future, okay? But we can't cling to this past thing. We have to be able to let that go, and hopefully the pieces fall in a way that are beneficial or at the least kind of detrimental to us, right? And then I think with the 2 here, because we're going from that, we're moving over to the 2 of Cups, I think that we're going to see that this really is a blessing in disguise, that this really is an opportunity for you to reinvent yourself, to kind of start over in a very new way. So there's a certain freedom here. It's kind of like this tower really was restricting you. And now that restriction is gone. So maybe this was a job that was very limiting to you. That, yeah, maybe this was that job we love, but the universe, Spirit has kind of taken it out of your path. And it's up to us to realize why, right? It's up to us to realize the benefit of this. Okay. Now, this could be a family situation. To me, it feels like a breakup, or it feels like the loss of a job. I don't think that anyone has transitioned into Spirit. I'm not getting that kind of, crossed over kind of energy, right? I feel like the 2 of Cups here is the opportunity for you to realize what your true love really is. Maybe we thought it was this thing, but it's obviously not, right? If Spirit has taken this out of your path, I think you're going to see what that thing was hiding. You know what I mean? If you think of a big tower, a big wall in front of you, and we think that's it. But then if you move that out of the way, you see what's behind it. I think you're really going to be astonished. I think it is a brilliant future, and I think that we've got to let go a little bit, right? We've got this Fool energy. We've got to, try not to stress too much about it, but we are going to put in work. See, we got that 5 of Wands here. A little bit of stress is good for us, right? It keeps us adapting. It keeps our senses sharp. It keeps us in shape, right? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. And I think the Fool is ready for that new adventure. Kind of in a way, walking away from whatever the rubble of this tower was. And I think there's a certain lightness about you right now. I feel like it's kind of it's a big moment for you to kind of let go of a lot of stuff that's been clinging to you. The Fool is really starting over, starting fresh. It really is a rebirth kind of experience here with the Fool. So this isn't just about this particular relationship or this job, kind of accepting that and letting go of that. It's about letting go of a lot of stuff from your past as well. Okay? And this might just be the catalyst for you to let go of all of it. And that, in a way, this tower then becomes not just a calamity, becomes a real breakthrough. Becomes actually a lot of progress, that we've seen the truth now, that we have a kind of revelation in our lives, coming by way of this particular event that you're experiencing right now. Okay, so the Fool is really on a kind of a new quest, and the 5 of Wands is in the position again of the difficulty, and maybe it's the difficulty of us not wanting to release our grasp, right? Like I said. But it's also kind of the fear that we have of grasping at something else again. That's now something that we have to really be aware of and really kind of think about. We have to be cautious now with the 8 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. We want to reach out and grasp things, but we don't want to hold on too tightly. We have to be delicate with things, And so there's now this kind of weird thing where it's like, I don't want to let go of this. And now I'm kind of just not sure if I want to, how strongly to grasp at other things in my life, So there's this idea of attachment. Well, if we've let go of everything and we're unattached to all of this stuff, right? The memory and the other, this disruption, this abrupt change, and the memories that are still with us of previous experiences. If we are unattached to those things, well, maybe I just avoid attachment altogether. Maybe I just do not strive for anything, right? Then I'll never experience another tower moment if I don't identify or bond with anything, and if I don't reach for anything, it'll never exceed my grasp. I'll never have to let go of it, right? Makes sense. The Eight of Pentacles is somewhere in between that, I think. It's caution, it's releasing the grasp, but it's also learning to grasp again, maybe not so tightly, and it's us really trying to figure this out, you know. I feel like this is also, because it is the final card on the path of the Serpent, this is really, I think, you building a life that is a lot more structurally sound, right? I think of this tower as something that just kind of had like poor workmanship, right? There was a lot of reasons why this wasn't going to last for a long time anyway, you know? And then with that Eight of Pentacles, I feel like now you're that master mason, or you're putting this thing together nice, right? Not cutting corners, we're not skimping on materials, we're building it properly, okay? Whether it's a relationship or a business or a certain life path. We've learned from our, I don't want to even say mistakes, we've learned from the past. We've let go of the past. And we're taking all of that and we're understanding how to build slower, more carefully, so that this will last, right? We're building now this next phase of our lives with a lot more knowledge, a lot more wisdom, a lot more skill. We're doing so more cautiously, more carefully. Because maybe this one just happened way too fast. Maybe this was kind of careless, reckless. We built it up really, really fast, and it wasn't all that stable. Now we're building something more stable, more lasting, right? I think this is really good. Let's look at the mystery card. Mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. Maybe it can be the Fool again. Maybe a Four of Pentacles. I'm kind of feeling a Four of Pentacles. I'm also kind of feeling a, excuse me, feeling a King of Pentacles here, that fixed earth energy. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's just see what we have. Oh, it's a Knight of Wands. Fire on fire. This confirms one thing for me, that this past thing, whatever this tower was that's coming down, it was something that was built too quickly, too impulsively, right? And so I think that's what we've got here, because this is fire on fire. This is a very impulsive energy, kind of rushes into things. So I feel like this was almost like, you know, you have a deadline, and so you just whip something together really, really fast. You just cut and paste a lot of things, you know, for your report or your essay or whatever. I feel like it was not carefully and diligently and intentionally built. It was kind of just it was just put together really fast, right? And I don't know if it's a relationship or a business or a job. I don't know, but I feel like it was kind of we rushed into it, because this is a big difference between that Knight of Wands and that Eight of Pentacles. See, the Eight of Pentacles is very cautious and careful, whereas this is just rushing toward it, right? Before we go, let's do one Metatron Oracle card. Maybe we can have some confirmation with this here. Letting go. Gosh, time for release, yeah. You know, I got no words. That's the confirmation, right? I think we have to let go of the past so we can see the brilliance of this future that's ahead of you, all right? And we can build it up in a very strong, stable way, very intentionally, right? So this is what it's all about, letting go of this thing. We can't try to force this. We can't try to cling to that. We can't try to prevent it from coming down, right? Otherwise, we're going to get crushed by it. We've got to just kind of get out of the way and let gravity kind of take over in that one, okay? We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Pisces every Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. I apologize for the disruption in the schedule over this past weekend. We are very, very sick. Fevers, nasty flu. I appreciate everybody's well wishes. And my family and I love you tremendously. We're very grateful for all of you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. That seems to be terribly important right now. For some reason, the algorithm is not being very kind to us. Probably just a seasonal dip in our reach. But we want to make sure that we keep the channel in the algorithm, and this is our primary business now, my wife and I. She's over at Ula Tea Leaf Readings. I don't know if you knew that. She does tea leaf divinations. Very different than what I do, but we've been finding that our readings really do complement each other. Even though we don't collaborate in any way, she doesn't watch my readings, I don't watch hers. We keep it separate, And so when there are synchronicities, when there are these connections, it's undeniable, because there's no, it's just the synchronicities that happen, and you might find some value over there, so go check out her channel. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.